Hello and welcome to another YouAttest video. In this demonstration, we're going to be talking about the difference of running an Okta Access Review with and without YouAttest. Now, before we begin, it's important to understand why you'd even need to run an Access Review. So going into this, right here you can see there are two driving principles. We have PR.AC-4, which is asking you to have the principle of least privilege. Essentially, make sure that no one is granted too much access. There's ways of reviewing this we'll go into a little bit later. The next driving reason is in Appendix A of the NIST CSF. So this is an internal control, and it's stating that access reviews must be performed semi-annually. So in today's demonstration, we're going to go into an access review, and we're going to help you show how you can go into and have the principle of least privilege. Both of these are doable inside of Okta, but with YouAttest, the process becomes extremely simple, much more accurate, and easier for your admins and team to follow along with. So with that being said, let's jump into it and begin. So here we are at the Okta admin dashboard. It's important to understand that I am logged in as an admin. So I will be able to see who has access to applications and groups. In our example today, we want to perform a simple access review on the application Jira. So to do so inside of Okta, we'll run over to our applications right here, click on applications, and now we're going to type and search for Jira. Selecting this, we can see who has access to Jira right there. You have these 4 users, they have access to Jira, but in trying to meet the periodic access reviews required of NIST, it's important that the right individuals are reviewing these users. Currently, right now, there's no simple way to export this out and have a manager go in and review Cher, Bill, Steve, Jason. So at this point, if I were the admin logged in, I would most likely have to take a screenshot. I would have to send that on over and say, hey, can you attest to this user, record their responses in a spreadsheet, keep track of it that way, and you could see where it gets a little bit messy. At the end of it too, there's no simple report. So that's why with YouAttest, we're going to do the same exact thing on the same Okta environment. So we're going to be pulling from the same Jira application. To do so, we'll run an auto audit, click Application Audit, go right here to create a new audit. We're going to select the source right here. Now this is the same source found in our Okta environment. We'll name this. We're going to select a due date and click Next. So now, just as we did inside of Okta, let's type out Jira. Select it. We want to pull all users and click Done. What we've done here, it's loading right now, so we'll just refresh the page. And we pulled the same 4 users that were found inside of Okta, and now we have them in a nice, easy view in YouAttest. Here we have the same 4. From this point, you can look and even see a little bit additional information, their role, type, profile, job title, and so on. Now, instead of taking a screenshot of this access and sending it on over one by one to your managers, what you can do is you can go through these and delegate them out in one of 3 ways. You can delegate out by email, just by typing in whichever email address you want to send this out to. You can delegate this out to a group by selecting which Okta or Active Directory group you're looking for. Or a little bit more streamlined and easier, you can automatically delegate this out. And what this will do, it's going to take who's listed as their user manager, and it's going to automatically send them an email with the link inviting them to come to this campaign and to go in and either certify or revoke this user's access. So that way you make sure that the right person is making the right call on your user access. From that point, whoever is invited to attest to this can even make notes, clicking on in there, typing in why they've either certified or revoked, no problem. Going through is simple. You can bulk certify if you need, and you could bulk revoke if you need as well. From this point, you have the ability to actually download a report of a PDF, Excel, CSV, or print of what took place. In this report, you'll see who took the action. In this case, it's audit user, as that's who I'm logged in as. You can see what that action was, certified, when it was reviewed, who it was taken upon, and what the application was as well. Comparing this to Okta, which gives you great access, not so much on the reporting and the ability to go in and actually attest and make sure that the right people are collaborating to see that this access is appropriate. So, with the two combined together, you're able to meet that NIST standard, go on in, perform these regular access reviews as such, and it makes it for an easy, streamlined, and accurate process. Next, we're going to be going into the second part. That is principle of least privilege. What's essential in this is making sure that you're monitoring your high access groups or your principal groups, applications, and so on. To do so, what you need is a great set of triggers or alert systems letting you know when access is changing, who it's changing for, and now a paper trail of who's reviewing it, when they're reviewing it, and what action is that reviewer taken. With Okta, the first part is definitely taken care of. However, that second part of managing who's reviewing it, when it's being reviewed, and creating that paper trail isn't really possible. So, with YouAttest and Okta combined, you're able to perform this pretty seamlessly. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, Okta offers, in their workflows, event hooks, which are fantastic. This allows you to create and specify certain conditions that will be set off when met. Now, what this looks like inside of YouAttest is, inside of our event triggers, we'll go to create a trigger. To do so, fairly easy. We're going to make this one for the domain admins group. We're going to select the source. Once again, that's right from here. Same source over here. Then we're going to select the conditions right here. Let's say anytime someone is being added to a group, we want a trigger created. Now let's specify this group. So we're going to select domain admins. We've created this. Anytime someone is being added to the domain admins group, a trigger will be met. Now, up until this point, this is exactly what is possible inside of Okta. This and YouAttest are no different until we take it to the next step, and that is that paper trail we were talking about earlier. Creating actions. So, we have this met. Now what? If we select this box, right here, we could assign this. Now what we're doing is we're creating a campaign anytime someone is being added to this group. So anytime this condition or any other condition you specify is met, you will get an alert, but you will also have a campaign created that is automatically going to be assigned to a particular user to say, hey, this access, this condition was met. Go in there, review it, record your response so we can have an accurate log as we're trying to meet this, showing that we do have a good understanding of who has access to our principal groups and that we're able to take action instantly. So, what does this look like? Let's run a campaign and I'll show you really quickly. So here we have inside of Okta, let's go to our directories. Let's go to groups and let's actually add someone to one of these groups. So, let's find the domain admins monitoring group right here, and let's add a user. So right here, let's assign people. So we have all these users to pick from. Let's go through and add Bill Gardner right here to the group. We're adding Bill Gardner to this group right here, the domain admins monitoring group, and I'll click save. Now inside of Okta, that's about it. But once we go back on over to YouAttest, see that this has been complete, we'll go to our event audits right here, and you can see the trigger for domain admins has been set, but more importantly, we actually have this user with all their information right there. It has been assigned to a manager to go in and attest to this, and now what it would look like from the manager's point of view, they could either certify, revoke, or delegate this out further. They can also add notes stating that they saw this individual, why this individual was given access to this group, and so on. Just like before, we do have the ability to download reports as well. You can see all these different options: PDF, Excel, CSV, print, and we're recording who took the action, what that action was, the time, who it was taken upon, and which group as well. One step further into this paper trail, if we go back over to our event triggers, we can actually look at these event trigger logs right here. We can see this individual was added to the domain admin's monitoring. Right here, the actor, the person responsible for reviewing this, is Austin G. You can see what time it was triggered and the event type as well. Added user to group. Keep in mind, what we're doing here is allowing you to maintain and have principles of least privilege, no problem, as long as you're connecting it with Okta. Okta provides a great system for us to build off of and just give you a more robust, complete, accurate, and quick and easy process of making sure you're monitoring your access and meeting standards expected of your business. I hope you found this helpful. Please feel free to contact us with this information or visit our website. Thank you so much. Take care.